Four sides of the ring. Four sides of the ring. Everybody out here got an opinion. Your ego shall die in the ring. If the debate's getting heated, we heating. You know it's been fire in the ring. We them guys in the ring. Leave with your pride in the sling. Four sides of the ring. Four sides of the ring. Everybody out here got an opinion. Your ego shall die in the ring. If the debate's getting heated, we heating. You know it's been fire in the ring. We them guys in the ring. Leave with your pride in the sling. Four sides of the ring.
Welcome everybody to another show of Four Sides of the Ring. Thank you for joining us this lovely Thursday. Your boy's in a good mood. Your boy kind of had a beautiful weekend and then a beautiful week. It's been lovely. I'm surrounded by wonderful Knicks fans, especially my brothers in this very podcast, except for Tyranno because he's a hater. But he does, in fact, love the orange and blue skies, even if he's an Oklahoma City Thunder fan. So before we start the festivities of your NBA champions, let me welcome to the stage my good brother Mikey Cutlets.
Hey, how you doing, ladies and gentlemen? The Knicks are world champions. Chano is happy for once, the happiest I've seen Chano in probably years. So it's a great day to be alive. I'm with my boys. We're here. We're gonna talk some graps. We're gonna yap about the graps. Shout out to Jalen Brunson.
Oh, Captain, my captain. Welcome to the stage right now, my good brother, the founder, Marcus Hernandez.
Yeah.
How we doing today, Brady?
Bro, we're doing amazing. Knicks are fucking NBA champions. I watched the parade all day today. I felt like I was there. All I needed was that edible Nick Ram took, bro. And I swear to God, I'd have been there. I'd have been on the flip with them. I'd have been driving my Ford around on the flip with them.
Yeah, your edible and the Brunson egg and cheese, and you were set.
Brunson egg and cheese, and I'd have been set.
Yeah, the edible would have made you feel like you was on the float, but in reality, you would have been in the corner. You would have been in the corner of West Houston Street fighting for your life.
Right. I mean, like, I've been so happy. I mean, I've been really happy. We've been blessed, y'all, right? But like, I go home. I asked my wife. I said, did you watch the parade?" She's like, "No." I'm like, "All right, sit down. Watch what the mayor said. You have to listen to what everybody said." As we ate dinner, I'm like, "You have to watch this."
I made my wife. I mean, let's watch Mom Donnie's speech as well. I'm not even gonna hold you. It was beautiful.
It was beautiful. You talked so well about New York. It was like I felt it. You know what I mean? I made Marcus watch. He didn't even know what was going on. So like, you gotta sit down, watch this.
I do want to say Grayson was absolutely happy it ended, because now he has us again. But yes, if you guys been living underneath a bridge, you're my New York Knicks. Marcus is New York Knicks. Mikey Cullett's New York Knicks. Nick Ram's New York Knicks, even though he's a hater. They are NBA champions. And if you guys know anything about the Knicks or basketball, this is absolutely a long time coming. We have been suffering in silence and depression. And maybe next year, guys, we came pretty close last year, got walloped in the Eastern Conference Finals. We came back. Everybody doubted us, but we are now world champions. And I'm not going to hold you. I cried. The moment that buzzer went off, your boy bawled actual tears. And I hugged Grayson. I hugged my wife. And it was
we were in Fort Lauderdale for Zombie King's bachelor party. And I was just like, man, I got to go back to the Airbnb and watch this just by ourselves. Because I can't be in public right now because the waterworks that may happen if the Spurs don't come back on us, even though it didn't look like it was going to happen. Man, just excitement, pure excitement, ready to swipe the card left and right. I mean, everybody so much beautiful merch. It's been so great. You know what's the worst thing about watching your team win championships though? It's like watching your favorite wrestler win their championship. Everybody's like, "Oh yeah, I do like that team." It's like, nah, bro, go somewhere else. We don't need the Tainos and the Martins. Like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna rep." Nah, we don't need that. Stick to your OKC Thunders and your Wemby cards. We don't need that over here.
It's the craziest thing ever because that Saturday I got out of work pretty. I did an overnight. I did a 6-2 and 18. I went home. Tino, you know what's crazy? Tino's dead ass in the comments and he's not on the podcast right now. So What do you mean on my way? You should have been here, bro. Like, look at this man.
Just
Don't
turn your
forget to like and
computer on.
subscribe.
Like and
but
subscribe.
but you know, I was at my little cousin's graduation party. Vanessa's cousin, my wife's cousin, and we went. And I'm talking to everybody. You know, Knicks fans. The whole family knows me as a diehard. They was like, you know what? I don't want to win tonight. I want to win in Game 6. I was like, first off, well, how dare you try to take another day away from me? Like, my life revolves around the Knicks at this point. I can't eat properly. I can't sleep properly. I'm watching every single coverage. I'm watching recaps. I'm watching X and O breakdowns. Like, my life revolves around the New York Knicks. I don't want to like live another day where I'm like, is San Antonio going to make this a series and push this to 7? I don't want that. You know what I mean? But it's the craziest thing about, and they're all bandwagoners, right? You know what I mean? But I'm not mad at it. It brings the city together. Because I feel the same way about Yankee fans. I don't feel like Yankee fans actually exist. I feel like Yankee fans exist in the playoffs. Playoff Yankee fans, don't be wrong. Yes, Mike, I see you. I acknowledge there's some actual baseball Yankee fans. But when you live in New York, when you live in New York, you realize a lot of motherfuckers don't care about the Yankees until the playoffs. Like, oh yeah, I've been a Yankee fan my whole entire life. Like, all right, boss man, who is your second baseman right now without using Google? You know what I mean?
The Yankees right now?
Yeah, bro. I gotta, bro.
Chisholm's been playing a lot of second right now, but Chisholm just got hurt tonight. He took a foul ball to the balls, so not great. You got Caballeros, you got Volpe, who's been kind of playing.
But my point is, when New York teams are in the playoffs, you get a whole bunch of bandwagoners. You know what I mean?
Sure.
It naturally happens. But at this point, just let them join in on the beauty of it all, because this is truly
Bring New York together.
I don't really care about together. This is the first time in 53 years. I don't like after this. I don't, Marcus. I don't know about you, but like after we won the championship, I felt a sense of, I felt a sense of like emptiness. I have nothing else to fuel me to watch.
This is like, no,
you know what I mean?
I was just telling my wife, I was like, damn, I've watched all my favorite teams since I've been watching sports. The New York Giants won the Super Bowl. The Yankees won a World Series. Manchester City wins a Premier League and a Champions League, a treble, if you will. The only team that I've struggled and desperately watched no matter what, even like the mayor said, 20 win seasons, and still put the patch on, still wear the bucket and rock the orange and blue, and these boys finally did it. It solidifies everything. I'm chilling. I got retirement. Enjoying sports. I don't have to. That's what's next. Enjoying sports as a fan. Someone said something. Yo, it don't fucking matter because the Knicks won in 2025, 2026. So hold one, bro. It don't matter for New York right now. It don't matter how the Yankees don't have to win. The Giants don't have to win. You know why? Because the New York Knicks done solidified all of New York City for at least the next 100 years.
No. Listen, look, I'm a Red Sox fan, by the way, right? So
I know that's disgusting.
I'm a Sox fan. So the New York hasn't won in so long. I was talking to myself into saying, you know, if the Yankees won, I guess it's good for the city, right? We haven't won in so long, but now that the Knicks have a championship, I hope the Yankees never see the World Series.
What a real hater. Fair enough. Listen, your Red Sox got adopted by the Tartar Army this past weekend with the Scottish fans. That was pretty fun. I don't know if you saw those videos.
Look at this poopy Thunder fan who couldn't touch the
Poopy boys.
Poopy boys in the building.
What up, y'all?
But I will say, watching your team win multiple championships kind of puts a damper on your experience. Because after I saw the Sox win their third World Series, I promise you that was the last time I've ever seen a full baseball game. I have not done it.
Yeah, but
I want more.
You know what the difference? You know what the difference is, though, bro? Is that no one cares about the Sox. Let the Knicks three-peat, bro. The high will be an all-time high. You would not get tired. You would not get sick.
You have a hunger for another championship.
I need a hunger, though.
You gonna have Jalen whoever, Mikel whoever, Carl Anthony whoever, Mitchell whoever. You gonna have the whole Deuce whoever. Chano, whoever starting 5 for the New York Knicks.
I'm not gonna hold you, dog. I don't have the hunger for another chip. I struggled and was depressed for so long for this championship. But like, this is why
real quick before we move on to wrestling, I apologize. I'm late to the sports talk, but this is why a real Thunder fan, a real
Oh my lord!
Oh, brother, this guy stinks.
Look, he's content with one chip, folks. Okay,
I just want to say, we are going to talk wrestling, but the mayor did say, this one was for New York. The next one is going to be for the boys, and they going to get
yeah.
it.
It was beautiful.
Poor Chano. Bring the guy back in. He's gonna be pissed. He's hot. He's so hot.
Try me one more time. Bitch.
Marking your calendars. June 18th when Chano showed all the disrespect.
Nah, but we did hold this first 10 minutes as a shout out for our New York Knicks, man. It has been a long time coming. The city deserves it. We deserve it, and it was very beautiful to see.
I have a question. Can we expect any sort of new four sides of the ring New York Knicks inspired gear on the store here?
Possibly. That's something we could talk to.
If we don't get sued.
Yeah, we just something.
Season assist from New York Knicks. I'll be so happy. I'll frame it. I'll put it on the wall. We got a season assist from New York Knicks.
That's mad funny.
How about mouthing off his Mike's t-shirt?
Yeah, we gotta work on that too.
Yeah, don't worry about it. We'll figure all of that out soon enough. Wrestling, grapple, suplex, DDT, cutter, tire. Yeah.
About covers it. Pinfall 1, 2,
all right, guys,
3.
It's been great. Right. So the New York Knicks won
good show, guys.
the NBA championship, and we've been really excited.
This is the greatest episode of Four Sides of the Ring ever.
11 minutes. All right, guys. So back into some grabs. Right now we're officially in June. I'm a little bit halfway into June. Almost in July. So we got a solid 6 months into wrestling. How would you rank wrestling as a whole? 1 to 10, and I'll start with the guy who decided to show up last, Tino.
Oh yeah. So last 6 months of wrestling, honestly, not bad. It has not been bad. Overall, if I had to give it a grading over 10 out of 10, I'd give it a solid 8.5. Hasn't been bad. I think all shows across the board has been hitting on all cylinders, especially AEW as of late. I know we like to, not us as a pod, but like wrestling as a whole likes to kind of go at AEW with the storytelling, but I think they've done really well as of late. I just recently got into NXT these last couple of weeks again because I kind of got lost in the sauce with the new faces there, and they've been building up those guys, those men and women really well. Raw and SmackDown, it's been pretty good. SmackDown could be a little wonky at times. I think they're going to 2 hours, so I'm actually happy about that. But overall, it's been a solid half year so far wrestling, in my opinion, y'all.
All right, Mike.
There's been some good, there's been some bad, and there's been some really ugly. I would say so far, 6 months into the year, I think AEW edges out WWE and overall kind of week-to-week shows. I think WWE gets the edge, but I think overall pay-per-views, overall matches, overall kind of cohesive storyline wise, I think AEW's got the lead right now at the halfway point of the year. I mean, I can't necessarily give them grades here. I mean, right now, if I were to give you a letter grade for both, I would say AEW's at a solid B+ right now. WWE cohesively is at a C- as a whole in my feelings, to the point where unless it involves Dan Housen or some of these new faces on the main roster, like a JC Jane, a Sol Ruka, an Oba Femi, a Javon Evans, I have a Chad Gable. I don't really have a lot of interest in the main week-to-week wrestling shows for WWE right now.
All right, Marcus.
I mean, I'm in the same boat with our co-host here, man. I think WWE has been slacking on a week-to-week basis. AEW, I feel like, has been picking up lately. Also, I mean, we feel like, I mean, all of us know, I should say, that their pay-per-views always be A1, but their week-to-week basis need to pick up because the storyline is dull. I don't need to see wrestling for 2 hours straight. Give me a little bit of story, just a little bit. Other than that, WWE, I feel like, also needs to pick it up, and we need to move along with some things, like Cody Rhodes dropping a title.
I agree.
But overall, I give it like a 6.
Roman Reigns not fighting his own family. You're gonna say some shit about Cody. Not Roman Reigns.
Marcus could help it.
Listen, over here, you got your boy Roman Reigns getting Jacob Fatu, too, the poopy boy fucking beads that we should be giving to Tano over here. All right, those
Triple A has been
Tano's.
killing it. Triple A has
Roman's
been
fold
killing
them.
it.
Nah, it's actually
Triple A's
now.
killing. Triple A, I would think Triple A is solid B plus right there with AEW, man. Triple A is its own entity in my mind.
It's here's how I feel about wrestling. I gotta give it a solid 7 out of 10. For the most part, the shows are good. They're not great. There's some things lacking on both sides. On the WWE aspect, the storylines and the booking is kind of confusing in a sense where Liv Morgan is world champion. She hasn't had a title defense, but yeah, she's out here gallivanting in the Queen of the Ring tournament, trying to pay Danhausen off some human monies for some shenanigans.
Hey, that man has human monies.
And then on the other side, you have Dom, who was red hot for the past couple years on a downward slope. Hasn't really done anything outside of winning the Fatal 4-Way to get smacked by Oba if he hasn't gotten smacked by Oba yet. All right, I'm assuming he did because the match happened this past Monday. So it's confusing in a weird spot right now because it's like, what next? Obviously, you got to rotate your guys and your people so everybody gets a chance at the top. But at the same time, it's like, how do you have people who are on absolute heaters and you bench them? But and also to say, Chad Gable has the ball right now without a championship, and it's kind of to see, okay, if we're truly going to rotate talent in and out so everybody can experience the top of the mountain and good booking, what does that look like for Chad Gable? And on the flip side, AEW, where the matches are always immaculate and they rotate their talent fairly well. I feel like when somebody's out for a little while, they're on vacation, recharging their juices, recharging the batteries, and they rotate fairly well. The women's division outside of Toni Storm has actually been great. Remember when she wasn't world champion, the women's division was always cloudy and muddied. But you successfully went to Chris Statlander, didn't miss a beat. You gave the strap to Tekla. The women's division has not missed a beat. They're on all cylinders. The world championship is right on the shoulders where it's supposed to be on a heel. On MJF's shoulder. Because heels make the company go round. But the story could be a little better. For example, MJF fighting for his hair because he got it done in Turkey. A little weak. I understand it. He does cherish his hair. But I feel like you could have led into a hair versus title match a little bit easier. But let's not give Roman all the grace. We acknowledge my tribal chief here.
All the time.
But however, how are we starting this? How are we starting this world title? How we started the last one? And I get it. Jacob's dealing with some injuries, so he can't really do much in ring, and that's why they put it to yield as they did. What's good, my boy?
It looked pretty damn fine to me. Monday, Splash and Eric Andre. It looked pretty good to me.
Yeah, no, but they reported he has ankle and back injuries.
Fair is fair.
So at that flip side is like, what's the next direction for the bloodline? Because right now you have Jey Uso in the quarterfinals. You know what I mean? Is he gonna fight Roman again? Are we really gonna run through the Samoan bloodline again?
Of course they are.
Or you gonna put the strap on Obafemi?
It's the in case of emergency.
I hope not.
Roman Reigns button.
What I will say is real quick. I'm sorry, Marcus. In terms of at least Raw and SmackDown, I know it's rinse and repeat, and a lot of us are maybe upset that the bloodline is still being juiced or whatever the case is. Me personally, I dig it, man. I not to be like funny or anything like that, but I could do another year or two of whatever plays out with the bloodline. Now, as you guys are speaking, you guys hit a lot of points. That is correct. There is a little bit wonkiness in Raw and SmackDown where it's kind of like, this is kind of dragging. However, there's always something on Raw and SmackDown that I'm always looking forward to. Same with AEW. It's even though I may wait the whole show for that 1 4-minute backstage promo, it's something that I am looking forward to. And in my opinion, in terms of Liv, in terms of the bloodline, I think the writing is on the wall and maybe we're thinking a little too deep. I think in terms of Liv, it's for them to have a proper breakup with the Judgment Day with her and Raquel Rodriguez. In terms of the bloodline, I believe it's Roman not going with Jey Uso, maybe Jacob turning on Roman, joining Solo again. Something simple, but if you play your cards right, simple could be beautiful depending on how you play your cards.
I would agree with you if they weren't so obviously setting up for another civil war with Solo.
Mm-hmm.
You know
There
what I
could
mean?
be
I don't know
if
how many
this.
times.
So
They did the Solo muffle. They did the Solo Roman thing, but they never did the full on. You know what I mean? And if we missed that for whatever reason, the closest thing we got to that was Roman joining up for War Games. You know what I mean? But it wasn't full on. It wasn't a full on Bloodline versus MFT, which would have been dope. You know what I mean? And it would have give the Tonga who got cut an actual opportunity to ball out, because they cut God extremely short. They had no legs underneath them, even as a tag team.
Yeah.
Even if he wasn't thriving, you can honestly say the opportunity was not there for them to show otherwise. So that's the crazy and wacky part about it. However, the Bloodline is big enough where they don't need the title, but maybe they don't have somebody who can carry the strap. I would like to see LA Knight with a 4-month reign, to be honest with you.
that wouldn't
I
be
wouldn't
too
mind
bad. But
Never happened.
Shut
What
him
if-
up already.
what if we did something like, all right, what if the Vision helps Javon win, right? Javon eventually tells like Paul Heyman and the guys like, look, I don't want your help. I don't want to be a part of this faction, right? So then at the final, you have Javon and Oba, two NXT superstars, fighting it out to get Roman. Paul Heyman makes the call to Brock Lesnar to take out Oba. It's not the Vision, Brock Lesnar. Javon gets this win, this crazy dub with the help of Brock Lesnar, because we all know he's not going to get a clean win over Oba, right? It's too early to put Oba in front of Roman Reigns, because we all know what we want. We want Oba to hold that title, sadly, but still, Roman Reigns should win. Anyway, throw Javon in the main event card, in the main event picture, put the spotlight on him. You could technically give him an upset win over Roman if you really wanted to. I don't think anybody would be too mad at it, but you don't really have to, right? This gives you enough time to let everybody in the bloodline get healthy, get right, get enough time to build some story. That way, at SummerSlam, 2 nights, if you want to run whoever, Jey Uso and whoever in the Vision, you can run the bloodline in the Vision. You're still building your time for everybody to get healthy, because we don't know how long Jacob's going to take with his injuries, they say, right? We don't know what's going on with the MFTs and Solo over there on SmackDown, so you have to build those guys coming into the story of Raw as well. Why not put, like you said, LA Knight can put the title, but I think Javon Evans should do that. Let him have a little fun with it, and then when Roman's, I just don't know. I think though Javon Evans, Roman Reigns in the main event picture instead of Roman and Oba would have a better story for the time being.
My only issue with Oba being world champion right now is that my man's he's both dominant, right?
He has to be.
No, of course. So, but how many people do you honestly have him squash as the world champion? Do you give him actual main event level talent and have him squash all of them? Then at what point does it start becoming 50-50 matches? You know what I mean? That's my only concern. I don't mind the dominant run as like a mid-card champion, because you're squashing mid-card talent. It is what it is.
I think 50-50 Brock Lesnar, Oba at the main event at night 1 of SummerSlam in Minnesota, where Brock's from.
Yeah,
But
I mean,
match.
No, but that
Is your
works.
Because
that works.
you make it a retirement match if he loses. An official retirement match.
But I'm only talking about 50-50 matches for Oba specifically, right? Brock having an Oba 50-50 match with Oba is big for Oba family, because Brock doesn't do 50-50s. Brock does 60-40s, 70-30s, 80-20s, 90-10s. Shit, you'd be lucky you get a piece of offense off. You know what I mean? Because Brock has been booked that dominant as his career, which makes his world title reigns not really enjoyable, because if you know my man's is coming flying off the hip immediately, you're like, damn, this is not a great night at all. You know what I mean? And it's like, I kind of don't want that for Oba, because he's super young, and to run through the main roster that quickly, like let's say if he squashes Seth, right? Let's say he beats Roman, squashes Roman. squashes Seth, squashes Braun, squashes Gunther. At what point do we stop it? You know what I mean?
So I don't think if they were to make Oba champion, I don't believe that's how they would book it. The way they've been booking Oba is like 90s style wrestling, to where it's squash, squash, squash. They get the title, and then you pay for that big event. Then from there on, it's pretty much like how you were giving like the percentages. It's pretty much a 50-50, to where you built credibility towards that wrestler, and now you see that there are levels in that roster, from like mid card to that superstar. So that's like old school booking that they're doing. However, I don't see that happening. I sort of agree with, I believe, Rick's comment there. I think that's the story. It's kind of Jay who does Jay decide to go after?
I would say they book Oba just like they book Gunther. Just Oba has a moveset.
And the one thing they did with Gunther that shouldn't be overlooked, Gunther didn't necessarily really face main event level talent during his world title reign. They everybody was kind of like occupied conveniently, you know what I mean? Because if you look who he faced, it wasn't really like anybody necessarily crazy. He defended against Breeze. He had Sami Zayn. It wasn't.
I agree.
No one cares about Rusev though.
I get about Rusev.
I was actually just thinking the other night when I was watching Rusev on Raw with Gable. I was actually thinking about how, you know what, Rusev's been in a really good spot. You know, his role is to help, you know, these guys look good and get over by beating this, you know, dominant guy. I'm not mad at a Rusev mid-card title in 6 months. I'm not mad at him getting a little, like, thanks for making Ethan Page and Penta and Gable and Javon, you know, thanks for like making all these guys look like $1 million. You know, here's a 2-month IC title run, bud. You know, here you go. Thanks for your troubles.
Take your 4th out of the Francis and be happy.
I agree with that.
Remember when you called me and you said you didn't want to lose at AEW, and I said I got you. Got you in 6 months, bro.
That's just man funny. I don't know, man. I'm very conflicted.
Or he'll get the Aleister Black treatment and get released WrestleMania week.
Oh Lord.
I think that bridge is perfectly fine for Rusev.
I feel like I'm at a crossroads of how I feel about Oba Femi's booking after the Brock Lesnar feud.
I will say, I think. Oh, sorry, brother. Go ahead.
No.
My bad.
I want to see where it goes after Lesnar, because I would love to see Oba as world champion. He was the NXT world champion swimmingly. You know what I mean? Great job holding down the company or the brand, though, so to say. I just want to see the next feud, what it'll look like on the main roster against another big name aside from Lesnar. Like, give me Oba Seth. Like, what would that look like?
Yeah, I think that's what they should have done, to be honest with you. I think Oba's arrival to the main roster, obviously because Seth is so tied up in the Vision stuff and Roman's tied up in the bloodline cesspool, whatever you want to call that. I just think that, like you said, conveniently, I think Oba should have beat Lesnar. That should have been finished and done with. And then I think Oba should have went on and started beating other former world champions to kind of solidify himself as the guy who's a world champion level talent. But, you know, hey, what do we know, right?
All right.
Yeah, Brock Lesnar had an open challenge. He said, "It's me, big boy." Put him on his ass. Almost retired him at Mania.
Almost.
Then took 12 F5s.
I still think it should have been Gunther and Lesnar at SummerSlam. I felt that would have been. I mean, it's Gunther dream match, but I think that would have been something that you could have really looked at and been like, you know, look at these two big fucks going at it. But Oba gives you the same appeal to that sense where you're like, damn, look at these big boys go at it. You know what I mean?
Well, the difference between that is, for Gunther, if you give Gunther Lesnar's retirement, there's like, you were really solidifying the career killer, right?
Yeah,
but
that's what I thought we were doing.
Yeah, but with Oba, it's like, oh, okay, he's a new big badass.
Mm-hmm. And you also got to think, Tron, I feel like you're also forgetting guys, man. Like, there's a handful of guys that Oba still hasn't been like across from. You know what I mean? Like, he's like Drew Oba would with fucking smack, dude.
No, listen. I'm not disagreeing with any of that. My only qualm at this point is they've only given Oba in the main roster. They've only given him lower to mid card talent and Brock Lesnar. You know what I mean? That's it. They gave him Rusev. That boy mopped him clean and said cheerio and moved on. You know what I mean? There was nothing else. There was nothing else to go from it. Like, I don't know what Oba looks like on the main roster.
Yeah, I mean, there's obviously still a lot of time to tell. Oba's hot right now. Oba is that guy. This is how they're booking him. As soon as he loses a match, the whole wrestling community is going to be up in shambles to how he lost, whether if it was a clean loss or if someone interfered, whether if that's a Brock or the dirty Dom cashes in, whatever the case is. They put Oba in an unbelievable position. And honestly, it's probably a lose-lose situation for Oba just based on how strong he's been being booked. However, when you're as over as Oba, we just want to see that entrance. We want to see you kick some ass. And hey, if you so happen to have a title and you beating people up, it's all good.
I guess my follow-up for the Oba is on the women's side is, what does a Stephanie Valkyrie run look like without that women's world championship? Because she's kind of in that boat where she got the rocket strapped to her back and they put her on the sidelines with the championship until Mania, dropped the strap, Liv took her out, and now it's like, we obviously have that rematch on the men with everything else being on the back burner, right? Mm-hmm. So I guess that's my little qualm, because the IWC they're very fickle people. They want the rocket strapped at Oba Femi's back, but don't let that rocket stay on his back for too long, because they be like, why are we not rotating talent?
Yeah.
Why is he at the top for too long? And I do feel like there is some deserving talent that could benefit from the world title. You know what I mean? For example, LA Knight. But right now we're gonna go to our first break, and I pray to God that Tino doesn't have a market calendar, because I can't sit through another one, guys. So we'll be back in a little bit.
What's up, my fellow bad guys? Just when you thought we were down bad on the merch? Nah, we just made a power move. We've officially stepped into a big arena, and now you can find us on ProWrestlingTees.com. Randy came through clutch, and now it's time to level up your drip. Dive into a world where every pinfall, every suplex, every promo lives on through what you wear. From the legendary 3-count trivia to the iconic bad guy wrestling designs, we're bringing the heat like never before. This isn't just merch. It's a statement. It's the culture. It's you. So don't wait. Pull up to ProWrestlingTees.com, look up 4 Sides to the Ring, rep the squad, and unleash your inner champion. Don't forget, tell them the bad guy sent you.
And tell them the bad guy sent you to go to your therapist, because after Tino segment, we will all be there having group therapy, trying to forget this day in wrestling. So I guess, yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I'm just getting more sad and depressed as this goes on, because marking the calendar is so close.
It's so close to it. We're so close to it, folks. All right. So welcome back to this is the
Nope.
I did not expect a freaking intro. That was fucking dope. But all right, look at that. Channel hyped me up even more. Thanks for that fucking intro, Channel. He made that especially for me, for this segment. All right. Welcome back to Marking the Calendar. This is the part of the show where we dig through wrestling history, just like Pete Alonso trying to field the ground ball. Every episode, we go back and ask, who approved this? Who survived this? And occasionally, how did that become a worse idea after the meeting? Today, we're going to stop the clock on June 18th, a date that gave us enough mid-90s wrestling nonsense to make you wonder if everybody was just agreeing with the loudest guy in the room. The night a future wrestling icon finally grabbed the championship he's been chasing, and a ladder match so controversial, it somehow managed to make history twice. So tighten up those knee pads, hide your briefcases, and if somebody tells you they got the next big idea for professional wrestling, maybe get a second opinion. Because on June 18th, wrestling got creative. And as Uncle Ben almost said, with great creativity comes great concern. Our story starts in 1995 at the Great American Bash in Dayton, Ohio. And yo, WCW in the mid-90s was a fascinating place. Not because it was always good, not because it was always bad, but because every now and then they'd make a decision that was so bold, so confusing, that you couldn't help but respect the confidence. Because on this particular night, Sting captured the vacant United States Championship by defeating Meng. It was a classic battle of speed versus power, with Sting relying on movement and timing while Meng spent the evening trying to rearrange his skeleton. Not an ideal work environment, considering Meng already had the reputation of a man people only discussed in the same tone normally reserved in the same tone as natural disasters. Ric Flair defeated Randy Savage. That match felt like two alpha males trying to fit through the same doorway at the same exact time. Not exactly a smooth process, considering neither man had spent much of their career backing down from anyone. Championships were on the line. Big names were everywhere. In other words, y'all, the Great American Bash looked like a perfectly normal wrestling show. Unfortunately, WCW had the Renegade. And if you've never heard of the Renegade, imagine if somebody watched The Ultimate Warrior and said, you know what? We can make that. That's basically what happened. The face paint, the entrance, the energy. Homie looked like the Ultimate Warrior if plausible deniability got over with the crowd. And on this night, the Renegade somehow defeated Arn Anderson, which sounds impressive until you remember Arn Anderson was one of the best wrestlers on earth and was somehow tasked with making this whole situation work. That's like handing Gordon Ramsay a Lunchable and saying, hey, yo, chef that shit up. And to Arn's credit, he tried, because Arn Anderson could probably get a 4-star match out of a parking dispute. But even he couldn't stop everybody from noticing what WCW was doing. The whole thing felt like WCW mistook confidence for camouflage, except everybody was suspicious. The audience was suspicious. The wrestlers were suspicious. Hell, honestly, I'm sure the production truck was suspicious as well. And that's what makes the Renegade such a fascinating piece of wrestling history. Not because he failed, not because people hated him, but because he perfectly represents a period where wrestling companies were convinced that the answer was, if it worked over there, it could work over here. Sometimes it did, and sometimes it absolutely did not. Which leaves us with one of the most bizarre moments in WCW history. Because while Sting was winning championships and Flair was chasing glory, WCW was busy conducting a science experiment in public, and the results were reviewed extensively. Now, a decade after WCW discovered you can't photocopy greatness, another wrestling icon was about to earn it. Because in 2005, Ring of Honor circled around to Morristown, New Jersey for Death Before Dishonor 3, which is honestly a fitting name for a company built on wrestlers trying to prove that they belonged. And unlike that previous story, nobody here was looking for a shortcut, because before he was the voice of the voiceless, he was just another voice trying to be heard. And this wasn't just a one-match show either. Samoa Joe was in the building, reminding everybody why he was one of the most feared men on the independent scene. Jay Lethal brought talent, heart, and determination. Nigel McGuinness was proving technical wrestling could be just as violent as anything else on the card in his match against James Gibson. Christopher Daniels and Roderick Strong spent the evening proving that great wrestling doesn't need a championship attached to it. In other words, that fucking card was stacked, honestly. I saw that card on Saturday, and it was stacked. It was the kind of roster that future stars weren't hard to find. Half of the locker room were accidentally building a Hall of Fame resume. And on this night, CM Punk finally got his chance by defeating Austin Aries to win the ROH World Championship. The match felt like two future stars fighting over the steering wheel of wrestling's next generation. Not exactly an easy dispute to settle, considering both men spent years building a compelling case for themselves. And when Punk finally got the victory, it all felt right. Not because Austin Aries wasn't worthy, he absolutely was, but because Punk had become impossible to ignore. The promos, the matches, the connection with the audience, every year he's gotten a little louder, a little better, a little harder to overlook. And now he was finally the guy, the face of Ring of Honor, the world champion, which should have been the end of the story, right? But instead, it was just the beginning, because shortly after, word got out that CM Punk had signed with the WWE, which meant Ring of Honor suddenly found itself in a very awkward position. Their champion was leaving, and usually that's awful ass news. It's the kind of situation that keeps promoters awake at night, lying in bed awake at 3 a.m., wired off of caffeine and panic, having a full-blown debate with the ceiling fan like that motherfucker was part of the booking committee. But somehow, Ring of Honor turned this into gold, which is impressive considering most companies would have handled this situation the same way people handle check engine lights. Just ignore it until something expensive happens. Because instead of pretending like the problem didn't exist, they made it a story. And Punk lead all the way into it. Suddenly, the ROH World Championship wasn't just a title. It was a lit fuse, and everybody could hear it hissing. Every appearance felt necessary. Every defense felt important. Every promo felt like it came with an expiration date. The man had finally achieved his dreams, everything he's worked for, and he was running out of time, and everyone knew it. And that's what makes his championship win so special. Not because Punk completed the journey, but because the moment he reached the destination, a brand new story begun. One that wrestling fans are still talking about 20 years later. Because sometimes most important title reigns aren't defined by how they start. They're defined by what everybody knows what's coming next. And now that we've wrapped up about talking about people who earned opportunities, I think it's only fair we discuss on what happens when somebody grabs your opportunity. So here we are, y'all. We're going to fast forward to June 18th, 2017, where WWE touched down in St. Louis, Missouri for Money in the Bank. And what made this particular Money in the Bank so important was it was the very first of its kind. Now, sure, everybody already knew what Money in the Bank was. We've seen this guy win, that guy win, shit, even that guy. But this time, for the very first time, we were about to see it hurt. That's right, fellas. A milestone was reached in wrestling history with the first ever women's Money in the Bank ladder match. The kind of moment WWE was going to replay in video packages for the next 20, 30, fucking even 200 years. The women were ready. The crowd was ready. Everybody watching at home, ready. And for the most part of that match, everything was going, I'd say, smoothly, but in this situation, that would probably mean chaotic as shit. So yeah, everything was basically going chaotic as hell, y'all. Like ladders were flying, bodies were dropping, fucking 12 titties were bouncing around in the ring, like they were trying to cash in the briefcase themselves. Shorties were getting hit with enough aluminum to make Home Depot nervous. And then comes the finish. And that's where wrestling does best. They make things unnecessarily complicated. Because as the match reached its climax, Carmella's associate, James Ellsworth, got involved. Now, if you've never seen James Ellsworth before, imagine if a thumb won Employee of the Month and refused to stop climbing the corporate ladder. For example, instead of Carmella climbing the ladder, Ellsworth climbed it. Instead of Carmella grabbing the briefcase, Ellsworth grabbed it. And instead of letting the history-making moment play out naturally, he unhooked the briefcase and handed it to her, which immediately created the question so obvious you'd think somebody would have asked it beforehand. Can you win a ladder match without actually retrieving the thing hanging above the ladder? Now, a large portion of the audience and a good chunk of the locker room and what little common sense remained in the building at all said no. But WWE took it all as interesting feedback. And the reaction was immediate. Commentators, wrestling fans, they all sounded confused. Half of the internet suddenly became ladder match lawyers. People were looking back at footage, presenting arguments, breaking down technicalities. The whole thing started to feel like wrestling fans were preparing for trial. And that's what made this so bizarre. The first ever Women's in the Bank Money Ladder match, a moment specifically designed to showcase women making history, somehow ended with a man doing the actual winning part. That's like cutting the ribbon to a grand opening and having somebody else open the building. The moment wasn't just overshadowed, it got tackled by its own footnote. So WWE did what WWE occasionally does when enough people start to bitch. They looked directly into the camera, pulled out that Men in Black flashy thingy, and tried to reset the whole conversation. A rematch was announced, the decision was revisited, and history got a second draft. And somehow, after all the outrage, all the debate, all the think pieces and emergency ladder law experts, Carmella wins again, which was honestly probably the funniest part of this entire story. Because after all that arguing, controversy, discourse, the final answer was basically, congratulations. We arrived at the same destination the long way. And that's why Money in the Bank 2017 remains such a strange piece in wrestling history. Not because Carmella became Miss Money in the Bank, not because the thumb got involved, but because WWE somehow found a way to make history. Twice. And if June 18 taught us anything, it's that wrestling's greatest talent isn't always creating controversy. It's fighting increasingly creative ways to explain it afterwards. And while opportunities, championships, and apparently even briefcases can be argued about, one thing that we can't be argued is birthdays. So before we close the vault, June 18th does have a few birthdays worth talking about. First up, Bruiser Brody. Now, Bruiser Brody wasn't just a wrestler. He was a man that played by nobody's rules but his own. With the wild hair, the rugged beard, the fur vest, and a permanent expression of somebody looking for trouble, at some point it hits you. Bruiser Brody was basically Lobo. And while the look made him unforgettable, it was the chaos that made him legendary. Because whether if he was brawling with Abdullah the Butcher, fighting through crowds, or turning arenas into pay-per-view crime scenes, Bruiser Brody had a gift very few wrestlers could ever achieve. He felt real. Happy birthday to one of wrestling's true legends. A man whose legacy became bigger than any championship he ever could have earned. Next up, Larry Hennig, a wrestler with a successful career of his own who managed to become the beginning of a wrestling family tree that just kept on growing. Because from Larry came Curt Hennig. And from Curt came Axelmania. And at a certain point, the Hennig family stopped looking like a bloodline and started looking like a franchise. There were 3 generations, 1 family, and enough wrestling history that their family photo might technically qualify as a small wrestling promotion. And finally, Big Vito. Because if you can't wrestle in a dress in front of thousands of people and still look tougher than half the roster, you've probably figured out something that the rest of us haven't. And after spending years carving out a career across multiple promotions, he managed to become one of those wrestlers you never forget. We had legends, bloodlines, dresses. Fuck, man, pro wrestling remains undefeated in my book. And that is why we keep marking the calendar. Because wrestling has always been a business built on opportunity. Some people spend years earning it. Some people try to recreate it. And sometimes an entire fan base can spend weeks arguing who actually deserved it. And somehow, it's all the same business. And that's the beauty of wrestling. Every story has a meaning. And June 18th had plenty. My name is Taino, the last keeper of kayfabe, and I'll catch y'all next week in this comfy side of the corner of 4 sides of the ring. Until then, keep marking the calendar.
If it was up to me, I'd burn that side of the ring. Honestly. Get some,
Why would you? It's so comfy.
get some
just chill
gasoline
right
to
here.
light that itch on
Billy
fire.
but what
taught
if-
us some things tonight.
What if you're a little boy, right? And your mom comes home and she's like, "Go get dressed. We're gonna go to a wrestling show." And you're like, "Oh, we're about to go to a WWF show." And you think she tells you the Ultimate Warrior is gonna be there, and this motherfucker come out.
You
bro.
get the Renegade. How many of
That's
y'all
that.
knew
You know,
about the
That's
Renegade?
that. We got McDonald's at home.
It's a
You know
jumbo burger. that
You know
get
what's
from the
mad
deli.
funny? You know what's mad funny? Since Tino's never actually seen the Ultimate Warrior match live,
Oh,
he would have
God.
thought the Renegade was Ultimate Warrior.
No, as soon as he came out, I'm like, who the fuck is this guy? And I had to do some research. I'm like, this guy
Ultimate
is a
Warrior.
knockoff fucking warrior. He's playing against Arn Anderson.
I feel so bad for Kim having to watch these cards.
I will say that. Shout out to Taino for realizing and recognizing talent when he sees it in Nigel McGuinness. So shouts out to you.
Nigel, bro. Fucking
Don't
Nigel was
encourage
that
Before his time.
shenanigans.
I had to. He texted me. He was like, "Bro, Nigel's." I was like, "Bro, he was before his time, bro. Him, AP, Scrap Daddy, before his time, bro."
Don't
Mickey James
encourage this
husband?
Bro,
shenanigans,
he went by James Gibson. However, Jamie Noble was he was out here and he was It was good.
Nah, it's actually mad.
Oh,
It's actually mad.
2017.
Rick said,
You think
the
this is
Money in the
bad?
Bank was trash.
You think this is bad? Tino calls me every Tuesday to tell me a wrestling history fact. He told me last Tuesday was the first time a tie-up was ever done in 1921.
Mm-hmm.
And he told me the people who did it. I was like, who's even recording this? It doesn't even matter.
Yeah, they were like winding the thing, and they were,
Yeah.
it was, it was
Fucking terrible. All right, so now that's over. I can finally bring back my joy is back because the worst 10 minutes of my life is over.
It's okay. It's okay because forever the Knicks are
world
NBA
champions?
champions.
Facts.
Just know it happened after the Thunder won theirs. That's it.
You know what's mad funny?
You know what's mad funny?
The Thunder couldn't beat the Spurs, but we did. So who is? I'm gonna breeze through this real quick because we're all gonna probably have the same answer. Mike, who's the best current world champion right now in wrestling? All promotions.
Who's the best current world champion of all promotions?
All promotions.
Probably MJF.
Good for you. I thought you was gonna say Cody Rhodes. What about you, Marcus?
If we're talking all promotions, I gotta go the Zombie King ECPW light heavyweight champion.
That is fair. You said all promotions.
That is his world title, but it's MJF.
I agree.
Listen, if Ant's the world champion, Ant's the world champion. Who am I to say no? Okay. Most improved wrestler of the half year so far. Who has taken the biggest?
Wait, who's your champion?
Oh, Maxwell Jacob Friedman. Come on, he's an asshole with a heart of gold. Look at that man.
Yeah,
he shit on the Knicks all he wants to double or nothing, but I know he cried like a big ass baby when the Knicks won the chip. Dom and AAA, hey, they've been doing Dom so shady.
Yeah,
It sucks. He's losing that. He was losing that trip, that mega championship immediately, dog. To El Grande. And then after that, who knows? All right, so who has been the most improved wrestler these last 6 months?
Javon Evans.
Oh man, Raquel Rodriguez.
Took the answer right from me. I was gonna say Raquel, definitely. If I had to just to kind of be different from Raquel, who I've noticed a big step up. Dare I say, fuck? It's honestly Raquel is the first one that comes to mind, man. I can't even change that. Ever since that like Twitter thing with like Kevin Nash or whatever that was, like she like ran with it, like she didn't sink or anything. Like she's been great. She has been fucking
That's a good one. That's a good shot.
Grande says El Grande.
Well, I have another one for you, but how about Maya's World?
There you go.
Maya's good too. Big dub this
how
past
about Maya's
week.
World? Because it's easy to say all the people that have been balling the hell out, right? The Raquels, the Grandes, the Javon Evans, the Obafemis. But let's talk about Maya's World, guys. Basically, Tegan Knox didn't want a job in AEW. They said, okay, bye-bye. They picked up this rising talent that Nitram has been talking about
in
like years.
Since day one.
For years. And they're having like full-blown wrestling conversations in DMs, and now she Hollywood and might not even respond to him.
I could be wrong, but I think she was either the first or the second wrestler when we were doing Indie Wrestler of the Week.
Yeah, she was it.
She was either number 1 or number 2.
Yeah, that's definitely a fact. And like Martin's been talking great about her for years. So to see her get a small opportunity in a tag team match in Ring of Honor to become a Ring of Honor wrestler, to be a fill-in for the Owen, and now she's in the face Mercedes Moné at Forbidden Door. Mm-hmm. If that's not an elevated career moment, it just elevating yourself in a general sense, I don't know what is. She went from indie hopeful to potentially Wembley main eventer, co-main eventer.
Yeah.
I don't see her beating Mercedes, but just to say and have the possibility of fighting for that world title was something different. You know what I mean?
What's crazy though? It's still like, even if she doesn't beat Mercedes, because she's probably not going to beat Mercedes, right? Because Mercedes is going to go get the world title. That's the story I think AEW is about to tell here. I still think this is still a huge deal for her in her career, for Maya.
Of course, it's her first pay-per-view.
I don't think it's her first. It might be.
I think it's her first actual pay-per-view.
Yeah. Because we're not going to count 0 hour.
We're not gonna do her dirty and count the 0 hour. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're right.
0 hour. I miss 0 hour. I don't want 0 hour unless I'm physically at the show. You know what I mean? And then I'm forced to watch 0 hour. But not.
You guys want to go in or not?
Yeah. I mean, it was raining, and BP said I was embarrassing him because I was drinking a little bit. I was having fun with my alcohol. He said I was embarrassing him. He put me in timeout.
And I didn't even tell that to Nitram. He was asleep.
Yeah. That's actually mad funny. Brandon said I was embarrassing him, so I had to be on my best behavior.
But for real, man,
it's major.
It is major because me and my brother, we got the chance to see her wrestle at WrestleCade, and that was the first time we were introduced to her. And then we watched her just rise, man, from the jump. She just rise, and it's really good to see her. I know my brother was super excited when she signed to AEW. We didn't get to see her as much when she signed, but we're getting that push. You know what I mean? You stay patient. You know what I mean? And good things come.
Stay patient, stay hungry. I guarantee you, if she was signed to WWE, Martin would have cut her off.
Nah, I don't think he would have cut her off.
I don't know the wrestler formerly known as Myers World. Who is that, and what have they done? Because you know my man's petty, right? He's an AEW mark for sure. He don't acknowledge that side of the ring. That side of the fence.
He didn't even talk about Blake Monroe,
bro. My man's don't talk no WWE. I'm like, what do you think is going on in WWE? Good wise, you're like, maybe the merch. Yeah, we did still miss half a 0 hour. Because you guys got merch.
That's fine. We were getting merch. That's right.
I was looking for food. Tino and Marcus and Mikey Cutlass over here. They were feeding me. They were feeding me beers and margaritas outside in the parking lot, in the makeshift parking lot we created.
What a great time!
With our hands, that fucking parking lot was crazy.
They straight. You know what's mad crazy? I ruined my mochas and I've yet to clean them. So I think I might do that this weekend.
This is long overdue.
It is long overdue, but I'm just lazy as hell.
Just say you got money. See, I pay them well, y'all. You got mochas.
I mean, yeah, it's not in the firm. It's not in the firm can't handle. You know what I mean? It's definitely not a firm can't handle. I do want to run this second ad before we forget it. Why
would we forget it?
Because I forget everything.
Fair enough.
See ya.
Wrestling fans, I finally did it. I launched my very own pro wrestling coloring book on Amazon. It's packed with bold action-style wrestling pages, championship belts, entrances, arenas, characters, and moments made for fans to color their way. Whether it's for kids, collectors, wrestling families, or anyone who grew up loving the larger-than-life world of pro wrestling, this book was made with fans in mind. So if you want a fun gift, a creative activity, or just something different for the wrestling fan in your life, search the Pro Wrestling Coloring Book on Amazon today. Color the action, create the moment, and support independent wrestling creativity. Search the Pro Wrestling Coloring Book on Amazon now and help bring this project to the top rope.
Yo, I got a one last Knicks tidbit for today for Tino. Tino, you know who was on the parade?
Who's that?
Andre Roberson.
Why?
He was teammates with Diawara in France.
Oh, brother. He's one of the worst fucking... I hated that guy. He sucked in 2K. He sucked in real life. And then he went out with the girl from 2K at the time who looked very attractive. And I hated him for it. He sucked.
The man said he
That's
can't
crazy.
Hoop. He can't hoop. He sucks.
Yes.
And he saw the woman I was thinking about. That's
My man.
He took
basically
the girl of
satisfied.
my dreams. He's not even a good baller. He's just tall.
It was this man.
It was
Renegade.
him.
Renegade.
The Renegade.
That's me if I would have seen Robinson in the parade. Ah!
That's crazy.
That's actually mad. That's actually mad funny. I low key forgot about Andre Roberson until I saw his picture. I was like,
Honestly, all you got to do is hit the gym a little bit, and then you put the Bandito mask on. Nobody will fuck with you, bro.
Probably.
that shit is mad funny, dog. Shout out to Andre Roberson. Hope he's doing all right.
I don't. Anyways, moving on.
That's mad funny, bro. You can't be that much of a hater, dog. He's once a Thunder, always a Thunder.
I'm just fooling.
Tom. Tano's a hater, dog. You guys don't know it yet.
We'll send your boy to his house.
Oh God. Yo, Tano, what would you do? You wake up for work and that man is just sitting in the corner, just staring at you, head tilted.
Just everything's fine.
Everything's fine. I'd definitely probably have a heart attack right there, and that would be it. It's just a prank. It's like, I'm sorry, I'm dead.
Mike, what are you doing? What are you doing? You wake up, you hear Mrs. Maldonado Mike screaming from the bathroom. And then you run into the bathroom, and is that motherfucker hanging from your ceiling?
Listen, I'm throwing her to him. Here you go. Here's your human sacrifice. You wanted a human sacrifice. Here you go. It's too early. It's too late. Too early for that shit. You need to take her blood, her soul, whatever you need, buddy. It's all you. It's all you. I'm going back to bed.
Mike's gonna go right back to sleep. I didn't hear nothing.
Yeah.
I was knocked out.
I'll call the cops. And I'll wake up. This is fine.
I mean, I get the pew pew. You know what I mean? The Arn Anderson, get the gat. You know what I mean? Pop pop. Watch your motherfuckers drop. You know what I mean?
Ooh, I got a dope wrestling question. From the past 6 months, what is one wrestling booking decision you could change? What would it be and why? I'm gonna start with you, Mike. I'm gonna start with Mike because he looks concerned, and I like that.
He looks concerned, and I like that.
Jordan Grace not winning the U.S. title.
Okay, I respect that. Wasn't she hurt though? That's why she's been on TV.
Yeah, I think
what didn't
he had opportunity.
Jonathan Gresham had a real bad accident too, right? She wanted to be home to take care.
Yeah, she had a bad accident. Other one I could give you, the Johnny Gargano nap thing. Like, we got to end that whole Johnny Gargano laying down, brother. I need to see some graps, brother. We're wasting. You're like 43. He's like 40-something years old, man. He's got 2 kids.
We said 40.
I
washed.
think so. I don't know. But I need this man wrestling again. I need Demon back. I need my Demon back. I miss him.
Well, he'll be
We'll
back
see him in AEW.
Yeah, you'll see exactly. You see him
in AEW. For me, it's probably Bailey's booking.
That's a good one.
She should be booked better. And the no gold for LA Knight. It's crazy. Not even mid card. Like nothing.
Yeah, it's
not even a tag team.
It's a little bizarre, right?
Not an Andre the Giant trophy.
Yeah,
they didn't even send them to NXT and won that little trophy that they have over there. Who cares? Give him some type of gold.
It's bizarre. His booking is definitely
no
bizarre.
sense.
He's somebody who should have been world champion at least once already. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
At least once.
At least once.
The window is closing.
Very fast. LA Knight has gone stale. I don't think he's gone stale. I feel like every time he has momentum, he has a vacation lined up immediately after, and I don't see him a man for 2 months, and I can care less about him.
Would Eli Drake carry over at AEW or no?
No,
bro, he's a WWE superstar.
Oh, what about TNA? What if he went back to TNA as Eli Drake? Would it carry over?
He'd be a big fish in a small pond now. He's too big.
They can't pay him. They can't pay him what they want. TNA just cut everybody from the creative team. You think they're gonna pay LA Knight?
Cut.
I'll be honest with you. I think TNA is about to sign somebody with those cuts. I have a funny feeling they're gonna sign somebody off the cuff that week.
You're right. They're about to sign something. They're about to sign their rights away to WWE.
Probably. That's probably what it is. And all those talent releasing of the contract, you're freeing up a ton of cap space, you're freeing up a ton of money. maybe this ain't the NBA or the MLB or the NFL, but something like that. Anytime I see them letting a lot of talent walk, them not really re-signing talent, except like two. I think I saw today 2 talents re-signed. I don't know. Maybe they're trying to angle for somebody. Maybe they're expecting one of these WWE people to leave, and maybe they're trying to entice somebody or somebody from AEW. I don't know, but seems fishy.
Rick,
Yeah.
I'm gonna address your comments in a second. Rick, you're out of your mind. My man's has been champion for like 2.5 months, bro. He didn't touch the gold in a minute. How was this Roman's fault?
LA Knight or like Jay didn't have to be champion for so long. You know what I mean? They didn't have to happen.
If you want to blame somebody, blame Cody Rhodes.
I blame Jey Uso.
I blame Jey Uso. Yeah, I blame Jey.
I blamed you like I wanted it, but it didn't have to be that long. You know what I mean? I blame Seth Rollins. You didn't have to hold it while you faked an injury, bro. Like
that is fair.
I will say
AJ Styles could have had that world title. Shinsuke Nakamura could have had a world title.
I don't know about Shinsuke. But
I'm
AJ,
just saying, if we look at some of those first couple feuds with Seth, there was an opportunity for a little hot commodity action. A little drop the title, play it back. You know, Nakamura could have got a little month reign action. You could have had Styles get a month reign action. Could have had LA Knight get a month reign action. There was a lot of opportunity there.
Drew McIntyre
held it for a stretch there. You know, obviously
Solo would have been fun.
Solo could have been fun.
I will say for this last half of the year, to answer Channels' opening question, like because I'm gonna name 2 stars that I'm kind of not too psyched with their booking that I'm fans of. Although he's a tag team champion, not too big on Priest's booking thus far. I know Priest might not be a fan favorite at the top of everyone's mind, but I was a fan when he won the world champion, when he was in that main event scene. And same with Finn. Finn, you kind of see lurking around in the locker room here and there, but nothing has really been kicking off for him. Like, yeah, he has some good matches, some good segments with Roxy a couple weeks ago, whatever the case is, but he's not even tasting mid-card gold. You guys are talking about LA Knight, sure. What about Finn? Now he's a singles guy again, and it's been a couple months now, and nothing has taken off for him. And like you said about Johnny, the time is ticking for Finn. He's another guy in his early to mid-40s. So there's a lot of guys deserving for sure, and I think Finn is definitely one of them.
I think Damian Priest, his problem is fatigue. And you could clearly see it when he's wrestling. And I think that's the biggest issue. So tag team where he's at right now, I think is perfectly fine because you could just tag his partner and he can get a break and then he can come back. The solo matches, like the singles matches for him, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, you could see the huffing and puffing. And I get it. You know what I mean? The leather's tight. It's pretty hard. You know, maybe wear something different. As far as Finn, man, Finn is one of my favorite, man. He's top 5, if not top 3. And he's not 3, 1 or 2. He's just that good. He's one of those guys. I think there's somebody deep down that's in that circle that nobody can talk to that just has it out for him. And that moment that Finn got hurt and his shoulder got dislocated and everybody reached stardom, not saying that he didn't, but got to touch the titles on multiple occasions. It's just like, why not him? You know what I mean? It's just those questions. So, like, I feel like there's fans because you're recently getting back in, but we've been asking those questions, and at this point, we're just accepting Finn for what he's doing, and we're just loving the wrestling that he can give us for the time being. It does suck, as much as it does suck, but like LA Knight has just had like the stardom. He has the stardom over Finn Balor.
He does.
That's fair. Let's run this last ad, and let's get into the home stretch, gentlemen.
Have you ever seen an ad on YouTube? Think, wow, that's way too good to be true. Well, this one is completely 100%. 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year! I took the bad guy's advice, went to SeatGeek and used 4 sites OTR and got these great seats for double or nothing. Would you rather be sitting closer to the ring or closer to the roof? Use this code and save today. Plenty more AEW events coming to your area. Just use SeatGeek.com. Like I said, type in 4 Sides OTR.
SeatGeek 4-side OTR for all your ticketing needs. $20 off, $20 off.
Eric just sent me an invoice, so I'm gonna send it to you guys so we can go ahead and pay him.
We'll get it to him like 7 to 10.
Yeah, years.
7 to 10.
No, I got a checkings and I got a savings. You know what I mean? And it takes at least 4 to 6 months for me to transfer the money over.
Oh, that's actually mad funny. So I'm trying to think of a dope wrestling question. Look at Tanner looking like a good student. Just happy to be here, super eager. That piece of dude.
Rick put this in the comments. He wants to know, who do you guys prefer, Danhausen or Rush, or
For
Rush,
what?
or Leo Rush, I should say. Who do you prefer? As
like-
gimmick, I guess
As gimmick,
overall.
Danhausen won me an NBA championship. I don't care what happens.
I say Leo.
I'm not going to
Of
say
course you are.
Danhausen won us an NBA championship. That man is freaking leeching off the New York Knicks like
Listen,
no other.
Listen, my man said uncursed. We ripped off.
He
first
tried
and
it. He tried it with the Mets at first, and we just kept losing. So he went to.
You know what's mad funny? If you look at his cameo thing, he has like a disclaimer. It says like, not responsible for other witchcraft applied to your franchise.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like I'm probably gonna sound like Nate Rand. If you're talking pure wrestling, definitely Leo Rush. If you're talking like just gimmick, man, the Leo Rush gimmick is just really, really fucking good.
Well, being
It is-
very, I can't even say what I want to say. Just being ridiculous.
I do like the Leo
The
gimmick.
the Danhausen is comical, but it could also get corny at times.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's the beauty of Danhausen. It's corny as hell, but it effing works.
But like Leo is like scary and cool at the same. It's like, oh, get this off my TV, but I just want to watch more of it.
And it's
No,
a unique style. Like it's a unique style of wrestling too. Like it's kind of with the fucking I don't even know what to call it.
Galloping?
It's like the galloping and just acting all weird. Like it's fucking. It's fun to watch. So different. Like it's so random, bro. Like he was a regular dude, and then he misses some time or whatever the case was. Comes back with a new gimmick. I'm like, oh, this is fucking awesome.
Every single time I see Leo Rush on my AEW screen, I immediately Google Bellevue still taking inpatients for $50.
Bellevue no longer exists, my good sir.
I know, and I can't get my $50, and that's why I can't claim it. I can't claim my $50.
We just
Give
get
me
him in
that.
Arkham Asylum.
Yeah, I wish. If I
Take
could,
my
I would,
spot.
brother. If I Danhausen, bro. I listen. My man's uncursed us. He obviously leached off of it. My man's did it at a beautiful time. He did it at a beautiful time. But listen,
For the sake
his game.
for the sake of making money, and I want all of us to make money. I'm gonna go Danhausen.
Damn, listen. I don't know. You never had catch me say anything bad about that man.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm about to send him $60 to uncurse me. I didn't even know if I got anything cursed.
I have his
but-
Cash App. I had got it from WrestleCade. You send me the
shit,
$60, I'll send him the $60. I got you.
I'm gonna send you the 60. You're gonna send the 15. I'm like, yeah, my boy
My
send this for you.
Dude, my brother tells me all the time. He's like, you should just take that. You have their Cash App. Just send them $1 every day. I was like, why would I do that? Why would I just send them $300+ a year, bro? That sounds crazy.
Yeah, could you imagine doing it for 6 months straight? You don't do it for a day. He just DMs you like, is everything okay?
Right?
He does care.
Hey, bro, you good?
All right, Mike. I'm trying to get you in a better mood, brother. If you
What?
had to be, if you were trapped in an island with an over gimmicked wrestler, who would you want it to be? Somebody who has an extreme gimmick, because it doesn't even resemble like an actual person. Somebody whose gimmick is just like super outlandish.
I mean, I wouldn't be mad if I was trapped on an island with that one indie wrestler that wore a tent and wrestled. You know, at least I'd have a tent to sleep on the island while he did his weird shit. Like I hope he wouldn't want to sleep in the tent with me. Like that's fine.
Well, he's the tent, so you are
That's fine.
technically sleeping.
That's
with
fine.
him.
As long as we're not pitching tents in the tent together, that's fine. I'm okay with that. I would say probably the tent man. I wouldn't be opposed, with that, with maybe like an over gimmicked, I wouldn't be mad if I was trapped on an island with Dan Housen. I wouldn't be mad at that. Me and Dan Housen would.
But how creeped out would you be if Danhausen just like on the island just cut kayfabe?
I don't know, man. Like just no kayfabe or just pure
Yeah,
kayfabe.
like after the third week, he just drops it completely. Like he just can't do it no more.
Oh, I mean, he drops it within the first 5 seconds of you meeting him. He'll give you the hello in his little Danhausen voice, and he's like, "Yeah, so I can't keep that up for the rest of the day, or else I won't have a voice." So nice to meet you, brother. And I was like, "Yeah, great to meet you too, brother. Like you're gonna be a big to do,
Wait, is
I was right.
that legitimately?
That's legit. No, that's legit. When I met Dan Housen at WrestleCon in Dallas for Mania 38 weekend, we saw he was by himself. His table was empty. It's Kane. I would rather be trapped on the island with cocaine at that point. If we're talking any of the Kane variants. I would much rather be trapped on the island with cocaine than regular Kane, because then regular Kane's going to tell me about his political procedures. But at that point, I'm just going to drown in the ocean. At that point.
I'm not gonna hold you.
Listen,
I love
it.
Before we get to the Danhausen bit again, because that's actually really interesting. I love the cocaine bit on Twitter, dog. It's my favorite. It's my favorite wrestling bit that I rewatch all the time. Oh, it's cocaine. Oh, he got a baggie. Oh, he has that able.
Oh man,
that's my favorite wrestling call ever, dog. It's mad funny. Oh, he got a baggie.
No, that was the funniest part of meeting Dan Housen, was he does the hi, I'm Dan Housen, and then you're like, hey Dan Housen, nice to meet you. I'm Mike, and he's like, Mike, nice to meet you. And he's like, and then it just cuts to like his normal voice. He's like, hey, how are you? Are you interested in getting a picture or a photo or a combo? And there was nobody at this dude's table. He just had signed to AEW, and people were still kind of like, who the fuck is this fucking guy? And I just walked up to him and I was like, dude, you're going to be a big to-do one day. And he's like, thanks, man. I really appreciate that. And I think I've told this story before where like we met a bunch of different wrestlers, and him and Cross and Scarlett were the only 3 wrestlers or people that actually talked to Mrs. MOWM. All the other wrestlers just talked to me and were like, where's my money, fuckface? And here you go. Thank you, Christian. Here you go. All right, here you go. Mark Henry, and there's a couple others there on the list, but Dan Housen was the one that was like actually like super cool, like super chill, like and you can tell the guy doesn't like, not trying to fuck people over. He's just there to, just try to make some money and, just spread wrestling joy to people, which I appreciate. And ever since that day, I was a big fan of Dan Housen. So I'm really happy to see, where we're at right now with him. I'm happy to see him thriving. I think he's got shirts in Dick's Sporting Goods. He should have been in the parade today. I'm sad that he didn't make it to New York, but I know he was invited by WFAN, the fan radio
in New York.
He was
in New York yesterday. He was in New York on Wednesday. For whatever reason, he just didn't stay overnight.
I mean, he should have been there. Maybe they had some sort of wrestling commitment or whatever, a house show or something. But I'm so happy for him, because that's a guy who you can tell has truly put time and effort into his gimmick. As well, the other part of it is I think in a wrestling world where a lot of wrestlers, may not care too much about their body of work, or they care too much about their body work, you have Dan Housen, who's kind of refreshing, where it's like the guy cares about what his gimmick is, but he doesn't necessarily, he's not like super, like he doesn't give a shit like what he's doing. Like if it's 30 seconds, he's very Chelsea Green coded, I guess is what I'm trying to say. It's like you give him any amount of time and he gives you magic.
That's really dope. I missed out on on meeting Dan Housen a couple years ago. I think Channel
you missed him by like 15 minutes. I remember.
Yo, so upset. I got like this AEW comic or something.
It was the Batman Danhausen comic in the crossover.
I have that.
I have it signed by the illustrator or whatever, the artist. And then when I went to get Danhausen, he was like, he just left. I'm like, fuck. And now I know if it was a $50 autograph, it's probably $250 now. So I missed my opportunity.
Yeah. You're never catching him at Comic-Con ever again, my boy.
It's a $40 signature. I have it on his variant. I got it at WrestleCade, and
That's WrestleCade, my boy. He has WWE prices now.
I
Right.
know,
That's what I'm
man.
saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It was.
Yeah, I
I got like one of his
Oh.
like last indie shirts that he had released that him and some other guy had created. The crazy thing though is when me and my brother was talking to him, he was in gimmick the whole time, like while he was selling everything. And then my brother was just like, "Hey, like we have a podcast. We want to like, would you do an interview?" He like pulled us over to the side. He was just like, "No gimmicks. Hey, look, man, if y'all really want to talk some stuff like that, we can all get together. It's like $150 an hour. We can go somewhere." And my brother's like, I really wanted him to say all that in his gimmick, like in the voice. So it's just like, I was like, we were condoning business. What do you mean you want him to be? Just like, what? Yeah, I know, but that doesn't make me want to do it now because he didn't say it in his voice.
That's fucking awesome.
No,
bro.
I'm not gonna hold you though, bro. That would have been great to have in the archives as an interview done. Especially
It would
since
have been, bro. I was a little upset because we already spent like maybe like 120 on buying all his merch, and then he had threw the 150 price tag on top of that. He had told me 150 right there on top. And I'm like, all right, I won't buy the merch. I won't buy the signed comic book. I'll get to it. Let's do this interview. You know, at the time we were broke boys, but now the pod is up and running. So if we ever run into him again, we might have that WWE money. Who knows?
bro,
if you guys like and subscribe,
that
If you buy some shirts,
that
buy
150
some t-shirts.
That's just easy a band now. You know what I mean? Because WWE
what I'll do is I'll sell the comic book with his signature now to flip it to go get a new signature. You know what I mean?
Updated one.
Well, me and Tino, what we'll do is we'll sell ours as a combo.
Yes.
Illustrator one, Danhausen one. We'll sell both of them as a combo. Hit us up, right? And then what we'll do is we'll go next time Danhausen's somewhere. We'll go buy the comp. We'll go get both of them again.
And we aren't accepting no less than 2,500.
You know,
he'll get 6 months. I'll get 6 months, and we'll split the comic book. You know what I mean?
You know what? We're gonna do something even better than that. Tino's going to show Hole, and that's how we're gonna afford all of our.
There you go. That would work too.
You're way too eager to do this. I'm kind of scared now.
No, but shouts out to Danhausen for
you gotta be a team player.
That's mad
Are
funny.
you not a team player channel? If they asked you to show Ho for our ascension as a podcast, are you not doing it?
How long am I showing Ho for at this point?
As long as you feel a cool breeze.
Oh my god!
Do you guys think Dan? Do you guys think Dan was gonna make this much money joining the WWE?
I don't.
I think so. I did. I said it. I think I said it on the stream I did when he debuted. I said this guy is a merch mover. They are going to move so much merch with this dude. He's gonna make a ton of money. The company's gonna make a ton of money. Fanatics is gonna make a ton of money. Everybody's gonna be making so much money now. Will we see the Danhausen craze eventually die out? Yeah, you know what happens is kind of what happened to poor Joe Hendry. Danhausen came on the scene, and everybody forgot where the fuck is Joe Hendry, guys?
Oh, he has visa issues right now.
Oh,
there's like 30 wrestlers who've got visa issues right now.
What? Joe Hendry's from Scotland. We were fine. We don't got to worry about visas. We got to worry about the Tartar army, baby. Right. We got to worry about.
My man's trying to win championships. Forget the visa.
Fuck a visa, dog. I'll give you my visa. I'll give you my visa. Don't worry. Get your ass back over to this country.
All right. I got one more question for you guys, and I got something to show y'all. And who are your champions? Who are your champions end of year? Real quick. Marcus, go.
Let's see. World heavyweight champion.
For WWE, do one more. For WWE, do one world champion.
One world champion
for WWE. For you can split for women's.
Okay. Obafemi, Stephanie Valkyrie, and Julia.
Okay.
For AEW, Will Ospreay and Mercedes Moné.
Okay. Mikey, call it.
Let's see. Let's go with let's give me CM Punk. Give me CM Punk. Give me for the women's side. Give me. Mm, mm, let's say Raquel Rodriguez. Let's go AEW. Let's go. I like the Will Ospreay shout, so we're gonna say Will Ospreay, baby, bro. Let's go. Yeah, Mercedes Moné.
Ooh.
All right,
Okay.
I like it.
So if it's me, I would say I would agree with, I believe, Marcus, who said Oba on the men's side. On the women's side, WWE women's side, I would say I had her on like the tip of my tongue and I just forgot. But I will say Raquel Rodriguez as well, because I think she's hot right now. On the AEW side, I'm gonna change it up here. I would say Mark Briscoe. I would like to see Mark Briscoe have a run. And the women's side, I'm not sure on status, but I would like to see another Tony Storm run to the end of the year. So that's how we're doing in the women's side.
If Nick Ram was here right now, he'd be like, "You don't watch no AEW. Talk about Mark Briscoe be world champion at the end of the year."
Listen, if they gave it to Darby, anything is possible.
Give
That is
Mark
true.
like we were saying
That is
earlier
true.
with LA and those guys. Give Mark, a month or two.
Hey, the MJF promo on Wednesday was crazy good.
Insane.
He slayed everybody. The Andrade slate was perfect.
Listen,
First 4 minutes of the show. Like
listen, I got an announcement. Tino has 100 followers on TikTok.
I won't be back by the end of the video.
That's not safe. Stop doing the video. You lucky dog.
It's a sign from the gods.
You
Appreciate you, wrestling gods.
You lucky dog. I'm a figure.
Just know that salmon colored shirt was me in that salmon colored shirt. I was out here.
It's not an MP4.
Looking real good.
That's Gotta make it.
They got him. They got him. He got lucky this week, ladies and gentlemen. But next week,
this week.
Just know I got the moves, baby. I got those moves. These hips don't lie.
If you want, I could store another 15 minutes to convert this to a MP4 for you if you want me to.
No, it's fine. We got next week. We got next week.
Next week's gonna be a busy week on four sides of the ring, ladies and gentlemen. You got 4 PLEs next weekend.
We got 4 PLEs next weekend? What's
going on? Four, ladies and gentlemen. We got 4. We got a little Forbidden Saturday night's main event, I think. You got a fucking NXT show. You got Forbidden Door. You got a TNA show. Cody Rhodes versus Gunther tomorrow. Special guest referee Sami Zayn on SmackDown. So you got some weird stuff going on.
Yep. Mm-hmm. SmackDown should be a good one.
Is
tomorrow the last 3 hour or is it the end of the month?
I have no idea, brother.
Okay.
It's not
find out tomorrow.
I think it's July. I think it's July. The July 2nd episode of SmackDown is going to 2 hours. Or July 3rd. I think it's the July 3rd episode. I think we got 2 more weeks of 3 hours of torture.
I got it, guys. Mike,
torture.
I wanna say you're wait, Mike, I love you for stalling. It's not the video.
Actually, that's Tino in a salmon colored shirt.
I was
pitching a 10.
Oh man,
I was about to go crazy.
Yeah,
send me the video. Send me the video.
I will send you the video. I'm gonna send you the video
next week, ladies and gentlemen. We're kicking off hot. Thanos dancing and predictions.
It's mad funny. So my favorite night part about this whole entire night, right? It was like $2. It was like $2 shots, right? It was $2 shots. Tino's throwing a bet, get a hammer. My man got a crisp $20 bill. My man going bananas, right? My man's gave me his water bottle. He was like, "Here." My man's gave me his water bottle, dog, and took off. Like 15 minutes later, I was like, where's Tino, dog? Here, Brand VP's like, he's over there. He's good. Don't worry about it. He's dancing. Then I see him go from shorty to shorty dancing, bro. It was the funniest shit ever. Yo, bro,
Once that alcohol kick in, I'm as confident as can be,
Yeah,
baby.
baby.
I was going, hey, you want to dance? All right, let's do it. I didn't know what the fuck was going on. I was just moving.
was
That's
mad.
hilarious.
It was mad funny, dog. My man's was
I was
going.
grinding in the club, yo.
My man's went
Yeah,
up to me.
baby,
He took-
grind on me.
My man took his bottle of water. He's like, he took 2 sips. He's like, I hear. Fucking ran off again. I was like, just take your water with you, you asshole.
You was hitting the fucking the usher, dog. You was humping the floor, hitting that shit.
Yo.
Nah, that shit was mad funny. All right, Tina, I'm gonna embarrass you next week, dog. You're not even on the show next week, right?
I will not be on the show next week.
All right, so we're not. So I'm
Wow.
not. I refuse to show this clip without Tino being on the air to watch this.
So mark your calendars, July 2nd, baby.
July 2nd.
July 2nd.
July 2nd. We're gonna make this a super clip. Every single embarrassing clip I have of Tina, we're gonna put together for one clip.
The super cut is fucking crazy.
we're gonna air it.
I'm glad you guys only have known me for like 2 years, 3 years total, because there's not really any embarrassing
No.
footage of me
Nah,
lingering.
listen, I wouldn't do this to anybody else, but I would 1,000% do this to Tino twice backwards, and he knows I don't give a
Damn.
fuck about it.
Then I will do that to this man, and twice on Sunday. All right, once every day and twice on Sunday, fucker. That's your boy.
That's love.
Be your
right
own
there.
people.
That's how I know he
Listen.
loves me.
People change like the
There would still be a
seasons.
mark the calendar next week. I sure hope not, because how
Yes,
is this man
there
not going to
will.
be
Easy.
here and torture me?
There will.
You know what I mean?
Yo, Big T's doing it. T's is coming on the show. He's going to do a live rendition of the Four Sides of the Ring theme song for us, and he's going to mark our calendars.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
gonna be
there we
gonna
go.
be a live lynching afterward. You'll see that body.
I don't think we can say that. I don't think we can say it. I don't think that's PG. I don't think that's PG.
All right, guys, let's boogie
right.
to, let's boogie to the. I'm gonna try to tease this. By the way, T-Phase is the guy who does the intro music for Sides of the Ring. Give him a follow on Spotify, 4 Sides of the Ring. I don't know what his Instagram name is, so if he commented fast enough, I will promo it for him. Other than that, Mike, where do people can find you?
You guys can find me here on Thursday nights. You can follow me on social media if you want to hear the ramblings of a lost man, @MOWM_podcast. Knicks are the world champions. Yankees are going to win the World Series. And there will be harmony in New York this October.
All right, Mr. Salmon Shirt Guy, where can the people find you?
Alrighty, folks, you can catch me every Thursday on 4 Sides. Even when I'm not here, I'm here. King
hope
of Groove
not.
on TikTok, King of Groove on Twitter, or X, whatever you want to call it. We'll see y'all next Thursday. Next Thursday is a busy week, so, make sure you tune in.
Marcus, where do people find you?
You can follow me at the Founder MH on X, and that's really about it. But it doesn't matter because the Knicks are motherfucking world champions, and don't you ever forget it. In 5.
Yes, sir. Next in 5. You can find me absolutely nowhere except for 4 Sides OTR on X, 4 Sides of the Ring on MySpace, 4 Sides of the Ring on AIM, 4 Sides of the Ring on MSN, 4 Sides of the Ring on Hotmail, 4 Sides of the Ring on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, my house, your mama house, your auntie house, whoever's house. 4 Sides of the Ring is there. Shit, we 4 sides of the court. Shit, we might just drop wrestling and talk Knicks basketball all next season for how good we feel about these Knicks, man. Shit, 4 sides of the gridiron. We drop
we're a
fantasy
variety
football
show.
content. 4 sides of the
Variety show
volleyball
now,
court.
boys.
You know what I mean? 4 sides of the diamond.
Remember,
bro.
children,
4
Wu-Tang
sides
is
of the
for the
studio
kids.
booth. You know what I mean? 4 sides of the sneaker. 4 sides of the box cut. 4 sides of the war zone. We 4 sides of everything. Whatever you need us to be 4 sides of, we are.
That's right.
Shipping my
Thank you
ass
guys
out
for
to
hanging
you.
out with us. And in 2 weeks, I will be
next
dropping the directed supercut of Tino dancing in that club.
Just know I got the moves, baby.
If there was moves like Jagger, Tino definitely don't got them. Thanks for coming out, guys. I love y'all.
Peace out, y'all.
See y'all next week.